Thank you for that. Well, you were there, Ms. Franklin, right? You weren't there?
No, Senator.
Okay,
I
well,
was
when
not
you
there.
when you both get there, I wish you would talk to your colleagues over there. They ought to hide their heads in a bag. They're in charge of protecting American civil liberties and privacy, and it doesn't matter who you are. And they sat there sucking on their teeth like a bump on a log and never said a word. I'm done.
Hey everyone. Today we're diving into a seriously juicy government hearing that's got everyone talking. Senator Kennedy just put some nominees through the ringer, and trust me, you're gonna want to hear this. So picture this. We've got these nominees for the Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board in the hot seat. Sounds boring, right? Wrong. Senator Kennedy comes out swinging, asking them about their thoughts on the infamous Steele Dossier. You know, that document that caused a whole lot of drama a few years back? Now, before we get into the juicy bits, make sure you smash that subscribe button. You don't want to miss out on more breakdowns like this. Alright, so first things first. Kennedy's trying to figure out what exactly these folks are responsible for. Turns out their board has a pretty broad reach, but it's mainly focused on counterterrorism stuff in the intelligence community. But here's where it gets interesting. Kennedy's not happy about how some FBI and DOJ members were pushing the Steele Dossier. He wants to know if these nominees are embarrassed by that. Spoiler alert, they don't give him a straight answer. Now this is where things start heating up. Kennedy straight up asks these nominees if they think the Steele Dossier is true. And let me tell you, watching them try to dodge this question is like watching a professional ballet of evasion. They keep bringing up Inspector General reports and talking about errors and omissions in FISA applications. But Kennedy's not having it. He wants a yes or no, and he's getting frustrated. Kennedy's not just grilling these nominees for fun. He's making a serious point about accountability. He calls out the board for staying silent when government officials were promoting the dossier. It's a pretty powerful moment when he says it doesn't matter whose privacy and civil liberties are being infringed. The board should be speaking up. As we wrap up, the hearing takes an interesting turn. The chairman chimes in with some thoughts about how different branches of government approach expressing opinions. It's a reminder that these hearings aren't just about grilling nominees, they're about the fundamental ways our government operates.
I think this is a very important board. But I'm sitting here thinking, we spent 3-4 years with some, not all, I'm going to emphasize that, but some, not all members of our FBI and our Department of Justice selling the Steele Dossier. Does that embarrass you?
So Senator, I think, there have been 3 Inspector General reports with regards to some of the things that went on, and I think that the recommendations in them are a good recommendation.
Well, let me ask you this, Ms. Wayne. Do you think the Steele Dossier is true?
Well, Senator, I have no basis to believe it's true or either way. I
You don't have an opinion?
I mean, I don't have any factual basis to know whether or not I do. From what I've read, it sounds like there's some concerns with the way it was procured.
So I don't understand. Yeah. Do you believe it's true or not true?
So I haven't read the Steele Dossier, but from the news reports, it sounds like there may be falsehoods in it. But again, I don't have personal knowledge of it.
Ms. Franklin, do you have an opinion on whether it's true or not true?
I also have not had access to read the dossier, but I can say that I share your concern.
Yeah, but you know if it's true. I want to understand where you're coming from. Do you believe it's true or not true?
I believe that the Inspector General of the Justice Department found significant problems in 3 reports, including 17 significant errors or omissions in the FISA applications regarding Carter Page.
So you believe it's not true?
I believe that the Inspector General found these errors and omissions which are highly concerning.
You agree with the Inspector General?
I find the Inspector General's report very convincing, yes.
Okay. So you don't believe the Steele Dossier is true? Why is it so hard for you all to tell me what you think here? That's pretty basic.
I would turn to the errors and omissions that the Inspector General did point to, which were significant, and I know that Congress has attempted to take steps to address those.
Well, here's what I'm getting at. I mean, I can tell y'all don't want to answer, and I really regret that. I mean, this to me is, it's not political. It was these allegations that turned out not to be true. It doesn't matter who they were about, but some members of our federal government put the full force and weight of the power of the office behind this dossier. And it didn't matter who they were. And I can't believe you can't agree with me that it's not true. I mean, there have been 3 inspectors general reports. Where was your agency? Did anybody at your agency stand up and say, wait a minute, before we make all these allegations on the basis of the Steele Dossier, shouldn't we check whether they're true? I mean, FBI Director Comey sold this thing for 5 years. James Clapper was prepared to make a public statement that we're not sure if the dossier is accurate, and Director Comey called him and said, no, don't say that. Where were you guys at the board? You're supposed to protect civil liberties. You're supposed to protect privacy. Does it matter whose privacy and civil liberties are being infringed? Either one.
So, Senator, I wasn't at the board. I haven't been at the board yet, but I agree with you that that is exactly the role of the Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board, right?
Thank you.
To ensure that the privacy and civil liberties of Americans are taken into account, and to make sure that our intelligence agencies are being completely forthright and truthful with the decision.
Thank you for that. Well, you were there, Ms. Franklin, right? You weren't there?
No, Senator.
Okay,
I
well,
was
when
not there.
you both get there, I wish you would talk to your colleagues over there. They ought to hide their heads on a bag. They're in charge of protecting American civil liberties and privacy, and it doesn't matter who you are. And they sat there sucking on their teeth like a bump on a log and never said a word. I'm done.
And there you have it, folks. 10 key takeaways from a hearing that was anything but boring. It's clear that the Steele Dossier is still a hot-button issue, and it's raising some serious questions about government accountability and transparency. What do you think? Should nominees be more willing to express their opinions in these hearings? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Until next time, stay informed with Capitol Insights.